Wait for a moment. Okay, our sites are live. We can see our site in here. Hello everyone. Welcome to my tutorial on creating your first HTML page. By the end of this video, you'll have written your own basic web page and will know how to host it online for free. So let's get started. First, we need to set up your working environment. On your computer, create a new folder and name it app. Let's make the app. We can see that our app folder already there. Let's go to the app folder and then we create a new file and name it index.html. We can make the file by using touch command in our terminal and name it index.html. And now let's see. Yep, it's already there. Next, open this index.html file in your favorite text editor. Personally, I like using VS Code because it provides great features for web development. But feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with. So let me open my folder using this command. Code space dot. By using this command, we can automatically open the VS Code app in our current folder. See, we already have this HTML here. Now, let's start writing some HTML. The structure of an HTML file is like a skeleton, and we call it boilerplate. So, how do we write it? In VS Code, we have something we call method. It's kind of like abbreviation to write a boilerplate, so we don't need to write it all by yourself. So let me show you. To create a boilerplate for HTML, we just type this exclamation mark and then press tab. See? Now we already have the HTML boilerplate. We have this doctype HTML, the HTML itself, head, body, and the closing tag of HTML. Now, this is the basic of HTML structure, very basic. This doctype HTML tag is an important line. This telling the browser that this is an HTML5 document. And then this HTML tag is the root of your HTML document. And then the head section is used for metadata such as the title of your document, which is displayed on the browser title bar or tab, like this one, built with Sayuda. This is the title that will be used if we write it like document like here. So the title bar will be document, not built with Sayuda / YouTube like this. And then there is a body tag. The body tag is where you will put all the content that you want to show to web users. Everything you see on the web page is in the body section, everything. Now, let's continue our structure. Let's write some heading, some text. H1 is heading 1. Let me write it like smile first web page. Save it. Now, the H1 tag is used to add a heading, which is often used for the title of a page or a post. Now that we've created our basic web page, let's see it in action. Save your changes to the index.html file by pressing Ctrl S, and then open your favorite web browser and simply open the index.html file like so. Press enter. You should see the heading of my first web page display. Congratulations! You've just run your first HTML file locally. But what if you want to share your web page with others? Then we'll use a service called Netlify Drop that allows you to host your HTML files on the internet for free. You can go to the Netlify Drop page and simply drag and drop your app folder onto the page where it says drag and drop your site folder here. Okay, let me drag and drop here. Wait for a moment. Okay, our sites are live. You can see our site in here. This is our website. Netlify will automatically upload your files and provide a unique URL for your site. You can share this URL with anyone you want to show your new web page to. You might be wondering, what happens if I don't include the tag HTML at the start of my HTML file? This one. Will HTML5 still work? Well, without the type HTML, your browser might not recognize your file as an HTML5 document. Modern browsers are usually good enough to still render the HTML, but they may not interpret it in the way you expect, and certain HTML5 features might not function properly. So, always remember to include the type HTML at the beginning of your HTML files to make sure they are interpreted correctly. And that's all for today's tutorial on creating your first HTML page. With this basic knowledge, you can start exploring more HTML tags and building more complex web pages. Thanks for watching and happy coding!